Good evening, everyone. We are now March the 11th at 6 p.m. and we're here to conduct the regular council meeting. It was supposed to be scheduled for yesterday, but because the council was involved with CAO interviews, they decided to move the council meeting to this evening at 6 o'clock. And my apologies, it wasn't posted on Facebook, but just in case people have called the office to find out when the council meeting was rescheduled, that's why we're going live tonight, in case some people did call to find out when. So we have before you, and first of all, I would like to express my condolences both to Dorothy Gary Mohawk's family. She was a Mohawk language teacher here for a couple of decades in our school and in our secondary school. She passed away this past Thursday, and her funeral is in Akwesasne tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And so I will be attending the funeral along with some people from Tyendinaga to acknowledge her work in our community. We also extend our condolences to Steve Williams, who was a former chief of Six Nations, and he worked as the president of the Aboriginal Labor Force Development Circle. His wife passed away last night at 6 p.m. And so I've already expressed my condolences to Steve and his family and the staff at ALFDC. So we have before you an agenda, and I'll itemize the things that are on the agenda. It's dated March 11th, 2025. The first order of business to review and adopt the agenda. We'll review the minutes of March the 5th, 2025, the regular council minutes. We'll ask if there's any business arising from those minutes. Chief and council's upcoming meetings outside the territory. The business registration for CalGoff, business registration renewal for Kaki Tobacco. Business registration renewal for Mohawk Trading, the business registration renewal for Salmon River Enterprises. There's a business registration renewal for United Trading, business registration renewal for Village Variety, a land transfer from BK Brandt to SEM Brandt, land transfer from CA0 to CM Miracle, land allotment in the industrial park. Alan Pratt invoices to be paid, Derek Wong invoices to be paid, JFK Outlaw invoices to be paid. There's an ISC amendment number for more funds for amendment number 91 and 92. There's a hydro connection job site trailer. There's a 2026 section 95 EOI. Then there's upcoming meetings of the council. March the 27th will be the local business. April the 2nd will be the regular council meeting. April the 8th will be local business. April the 16th will be regular council meeting. April the 23rd will be local business, and April the 28th there will be a community meeting. There's a letter of support requested from FNTI to the Reno Hall Foundation for one of their projects. There's a FedDev funding agreement to be acknowledged, and there's a generator funding agreement to be acknowledged, LFTC amendment funding agreement, and administration for new vehicles. Motion to adopt the agenda as presented.
I'll move, Chief.
Curtis,
I'll second, Chief.
are these private or are they? Okay, so there's two more add-ons here that just came in. The ALFDC Child Care Funding Agreement Amendment number 2 for repairs and renovations to the daycare and the replacement of the MBQ administration vehicles. That's on the agenda. So we'll just add those in regular council.
They were on there.
They're on there? Okay. Oh, I see.
You aware that.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes, sir.
But they're not listed on the agenda though.
Yeah, they're on the bottom, Chief, of our agenda.
Oh, yes. Okay, great. Motion to adopt the agenda.
Yeah,
Curtis
was
and
that we
Linda,
did?
is
Yeah.
anyone opposed? Anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. Curtis and Linda. We'll have the minutes of March the 5th. So the regular council meeting was held on Wednesday, March the 5th at 9:30 a.m. in the council chambers. I was present, Ogwari was here, Chris Brandt was here, Curtis Brandt was here, Aaron Ferranti was here, Linda Lewin was here, and Chris Miracle was present. Angela was here, Shelley Bowden was here, and Charles Miracle was here. It was moved by Aaron and seconded by Linda to adopt the agenda. The motion was carried. Motion 2 was moved by Ogwari and seconded by Curtis that the council minutes of February 18th be approved, and the motion was carried. Motion 3 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Linda to approve the following meetings outside the territory of the chief, Curtis, Aaron to look for furniture at the Elders Care on March 14th in Toronto. Chief and Linda attending AI Hisab meeting on, what date was that, Linda?
It is the 23rd to the 25th, and it will be in Niagara Falls.
That's on March?
No, April
April,
23rd to the 25th.
It's in ours on mine.
And they confirmed the other day it was going to be in Niagara Falls.
okay, that's good. So we'll just add those dates there, April 23rd to the 25th at Niagara Falls.
Yes.
Yeah, it's in here. It's not on his.
It just is waiting to hear where the meeting will be held.
Okay, motion 4 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Curtis to move the agenda item duties of councillors to a private agenda for the council discussion. The motion was carried. Motion 5 was moved by Ogwari and seconded by Chris Brandt that whereas the hydro pole is required at 456 Beach Road, and whereas proposed location has been reviewed, be it resolved that the council representing the Mohawks of the Bay of Quinte First Nation at a duly convened council meeting held on March the 5th, and having reviewed the sketch provided by Hydro One Networks, attached here to a Schedule A in respect of the new or modified connection at 456 Beach Road to the electricity distribution system, hereby approve the proposed location of the poles, anchors, conductors, and equipment as identified in sketch on the Tyendinaga Mohawk Territory. Council Resolution 2425-086 was approved and signed, and the motion was carried. Motion 6 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Chris Brandt to approve the business registration for Breakaway Gas and Convenience owner Sean Brandt as long as it passes the TSSA inspection. The motion was carried. Motion 7 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Chris Brandt to decline the signing of the Ministry of Finance tobacco retail agreement and the distribution of the tobacco for 2025-6. And I think we need to say and agree to the Schedule A with an overall tobacco quota of, then put the number of cartons in there. I think it was 58,000 cartons. If we could have that amendment, it just makes it clearer to the community that reads these minutes. So then there's a list of 43 businesses that were, motion 8 was moved by Ogwari and seconded by Aaron to approve the following tobacco allocations as recommended. 49 Quick Stop Frozen Foods, 49 Vape Summer Miracle, Arnie's Appliance and Variety, Arnie's Frozen Foods, B&B Tobacco, Breakaway Gas and Convenience, Christina's Cafe and Drive-Thru Smokes, Deb's Gas Bar and Restaurant, Fast Freddy's North, Five Nations, Gas and Go, L&M Enterprises, Lily Dolls Farm, Millside Ceramics, Mohawk Duty Free, Mohawk One, Mohawk Tobacco Outlet, Mohawk Trading, Nation 2 Nation, Nation's Best Convenience, Nation's Finest, Native Renaissance 2, Oasis Tobacco and Convenience, Onkwehowe Neha Enterprises, Oyonqua Convenience and Wholesale, Peacemaker Convenience, Res Boys, Res Cresting, Sago, Full Service and Gas Bar, Salmon River, Sam's Little Variety, Smokin' Coffee Express, Smokin' Pit Stop, Smokin' Speedway, Smoke Speedway Gas, Sundance Trading, and Gas Depot, Sacred Circle, Smoke Depot, United Trading, Village Variety, and Work Gear, a total of 43 businesses. And that motion was carried. Motion 9 was moved by Chris Brandt and seconded by Curtis Brandt to approve the signing of the letter of permission to harvest in our traditional harvesting area for Cynthia Delahaye. The motion was carried. Motion 10 was moved by Chris Brandt and seconded by Aaron to approve the signing of the letter for Caitlin Stewart for fees to be waived for his application for his possession and acquisition license. The motion was carried. Motion 11 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Linda to approve the signing of the letter of permission to harvest in our traditional harvesting area for William Green. The motion was carried. Motion 12 was moved by Chris Brandt and seconded by Curtis Brandt that the land hereunder described and situated on the Tyendinaga Mohawk territory be allotted to Chase Ryan Sampson Ogwari Brant in accordance with Section 20, subsection 1 of the Indian Act, Revised Statutes of Canada, 1985, chapters 1 to 5. The land description is the whole of the Lot 3-14 Concession 1 as shown on plan number Canada Land Survey Record 95029 MCR 2425-87 was carried, and this is in the industrial park. Councillor J. Squari declared a conflict of interest. Chris Miracle was a negative vote for reasons already stated. Motion 13 was moved by Aguirre and seconded by Linda to approve the land transfer from Timothy Barnhart to Brittany Brandt. The whole of Lot 13C5 Concession 2 is shown on plans Canada Land Survey Record 113389. The motion was carried. Motion 14 was moved by Chase Aguirre Brandt and seconded by Linda Lewin to approve the land transfer from Timothy Barnhart to Jordan Brandt for the whole of Lot 13C-4 Concession 2 as shown on plan number Canada Land Survey Record 113389. The motion was carried, and Curtis Brandt declared a conflict of interest because it's being transferred to his nephew. Motion 15 was moved by Linda Lewin and seconded by Curtis to approve the land transfer from Derek Blacksley to Daniel Brandt for the whole of Lot 8B-13 Concession 2 as shown on plan number Canada Land Survey Record 113639, and the motion was carried. Motion 16 was moved by Chris Brandt and seconded by Curtis Brandt to approve the land transfer from Juanita Davidson to Juanita Davidson and Chelsea Davidson for the whole of Lot 15A-2 Concession 2 as shown on plan number Canada Land Survey Record 896. The motion was carried. Motion 17 was moved by Chris Brandt and seconded by Curtis Brandt to approve the land transfer from Elizabeth Somerville and Sarah Somerville to Elizabeth Somerville, the whole Lot 25C-1-2 Concession 2 as shown on plan number Canada Land Survey Record 75624. The motion was carried. So they're just putting both their names on the CP. Motion 18 was moved by Chris Brandt, seconded by Chase Aguirre to approve the land transfer from Charles Gamble to Terry Miracle, the whole of Lot 36B-27 Concession 2, as shown on plan number Canada Land Survey Record 110483. The motion was carried. Motion number moved by Chris Brandt and seconded by Curtis to approve the membership transfer for Dale Robertson. Councillor Linda Lewin, Councillor Chris Miracle, Councillor Aaron Ferranti, and Councillor Chase Aguirre were negative votes, so the motion was defeated, so it doesn't have a motion number. It should have a motion number because it was a live motion, but it was defeated. So that should be motion number 19. As soon as it gets a seconder, it's a live motion, so it has to be recorded, and just recorded as defeated. And so motion 19 will be now in motion 20. Motion 19 will be now 20, moved by Aaron Ferranti and seconded by Linda Lewin to approve the review of the membership transfer policy, and the motion was carried. Motion 21 was moved by Chase Aguirre Brandt and seconded by Chris Miracle to approve to pay NARA invoice number CAD 3120P001 in the amount of $2,322.50 for Turton Pen loss of use claim. Motion 22 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Aguirre to be it resolved that we, the Council of the Mohawks Bay Quinte, representing the Mohawks Bay Quinte First Nation, at a duly convened council meeting held on March 5th, having reviewed the net metered connection cost agreement between the First Nations and Hydro One Network, attached as Schedule A for the connection of 400 kWDR facility consisting of 88 times 50 kilowatt rooftop solar photovoltaic generation units located at 7984 Old Highway 2, Tyendinaga Reserve Number 38, First Nation, Ontario, KOK, the generation facility, to the Hydro One's distribution system, the contract, and agree to the terms and conditions as set out in the contract, including the payment of all amounts payable by the First Nation under the terms of this contract. Authorize, insert the name of the chief and band employee, execute and deliver the contract on behalf of the First Nations on substantially the terms as the contract, pay all amounts payable under the terms of the contract, and execute other such documents and do such other things as may be required in such forms to complete the transaction completed in the contract, MCR 2024-25-88. The motion was carried. Where is this item? Is this the one at the business center?
They're putting the rooftop things on? I don't. 7489. I think it's up that way.
I thought that was the, long-term care.
Oh, is it?
That's what I thought, 7984, Old Highway 2.
Oh, I guess so, because mine's 82. Yeah, there's no, it could be.
Well, maybe it is. Okay.
Okay, that's where.
Motion 27, moved by Aaron and seconded by Linda to approve the signing of the Ontario Multi-Sector Accountability Agreement, and just change that S to an A in agreement for the extension 1 year to the current funding. The motion was carried. Council meetings were confirmed for the following meetings. March the 10th was the regular council. March the 7th was the local business. April the 2nd was the regular council. April the 8th was the local business. April 16th was the Tyendinaga Mohawk Council regular. April 23rd was the local business, and April 28th is the community meeting. Motion 24 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Linda that the meeting go into private at 10:55 a.m. and the motion was carried. So we've already discussed the amendments as we went along. Are there any other additional amendments or corrections to these minutes?
I
Chris?
just have a question on motion 13.
We're just correcting the minutes first, then
Okay.
we'll take business rising. Curtis, Aaron,
Sorry?
do you have any corrections to the minutes?
No.
Or Linda?
Well, I'm not sure if it's a correction or not, because on motion 13, Chief, I know I second it, but Brittany Brandt is my relative.
And how is she related to you?
She's my cousin. Does that matter?
No, it's not a conflict
Okay.
because.
All right, then we're good. I just wanted to double check.
Oh, sure.
Motion to accept the minutes as corrected.
I'll motion.
Aaron? Do we have a seconder?
I'll second.
Linda? Is there anyone opposed? The motion is carried. Meetings outside of the council, the local area, I just have the funeral of Gary Mohawk and Akwesasne tomorrow. Does anybody else have meetings outside the territory?
This is just March you're talking about, right?
Just for March, Chief, or March and April?
Going forward, it's if you already have a motion, we already have a motion to
Yeah.
go to Niagara Falls.
So I
We
don't
don't need
have
one. Are there
anything
any, do you have meetings outside the territory? Chris?
No.
Aaron?
Nope.
Okay. Motion to approve to attend Dorothy Lazar's funeral.
Oh, motion.
And she was the Mohawk language.
I'll second, Chief.
Okay, the motion is carried.
Are you staying in
we did.
Akwesasne, Chief?
No, we're going down in the morning.
Oh, okay.
It turned out the funeral's not going to be till 1 o'clock, so that we can travel down and come back the same day. Okay, so this was Curtis and Linda for that. For what, Chief? The funeral. Okay. The business registration. Golf lessons conducted at a driving range or golf course. Business address is for administration of the business. No environmental fire inspections required, no insurance required. It's a new business, and the recommendation is to approve and sign. And
I'll motion to.
it's for Calvin Brandt.
I'll second.
Okay. Is there anyone opposed? Anyone opposed? Oh, I forgot to ask, was there any business arising from those minutes? Chris?
That I noticed.
Linda? None? Okay. There's a business registration here. It's a renewal and it's for Kekik Tobacco Company. Retail e-commerce, environmental and fire inspection completed, insurance is not required. It's a new business registration renewal, and the owner is Robert Greenwood. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll motion, Chief.
Chris Brandt? Is
I'll
there a
second, Chief.
Chris and Curtis? Is there anyone opposed? Anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. There's a business registration renewal from Mohawk Trading, retail e-commerce, environmental and fire protection inspection completed. Insurance is not required, and the owner is Robert Greenwood.
I'll motion, Chief.
Chris Brandt. Is there a seconder?
I'll second, Chief.
Curtis. Is there anyone opposed? Anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. There is a business registration renewal for Salmon River Enterprises, environmental and fire inspections completed. TSSA inspection is done. ECC number is provided, insurance is on file, and the owner is
Brian.
Brian Brandt.
Brian Brandt. Is there a motion to approve?
A motion.
Aaron, is there a
Sorry, what were you
seconder?
gonna say,
No, I
Chris?
was just gonna ask, this is the one up at, up in Shadwell, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
5363 Old Highway 2. It's been moved by Aaron, is there a seconder?
A second, Chief.
Linda? You have to use your voice because people could be listening, we're not sure though. Number 8, business registration renewable for United Trading, retail e-commerce, environmental and fire inspection completed. Insurance is not required. Recommendation to approve and sign, and it's Robert Greenwood. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll motion, Chief.
Curtis Brandt. Chris Brandt. Is there a seconder?
I'll second, Chief.
Curtis Brandt.
This will keep it all the same.
Is anyone opposed? Anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. Number 9. Business registration renewal, Village Variety and Gas Bar. Environmental and fire inspections are completed. TSSA license is attached. ECC numbers provided. Insurance is on file. And the business owner is Trevor Lewis. Motion,
Chief.
Chris Brandt. Is
I'll
there-
second.
Aaron?
Conflict, Chief.
I got Chris Brandt and Aaron.
Well,
Oh.
Ronti.
just don't.
Is there anybody opposed?
No, I just have a conflict, Chief, that's all.
Okay.
He's my uncle.
You Curtis Brandt conflict?
Yep.
Okay, the motion is carried. Number 10. A land transfer of lot 24B concession 2, Canada Land Survey record 95775, and lot 24B7 concession 2, Canada Land Survey record 111072 from Burl Kevin Brandt to Samantha Elaine Marie Brandt. Is there a motion to approve?
I just had a question about that one. Is there a house on the second part?
There is.
There is.
So what is that? Oh,
This is the ones you did
He
more.
just built.
I kind of think they're kind of backwards. They were trying to get it through the mortgage first, then they could transfer land, right?
oh,
Through the PMO, through the bank mortgage. So
And there's no
it's not just a
encumbrances
land
to this
transfer,
property?
Is it? It's not just land transfer, or is it?
there should be a house here now, right?
there is.
On this part?
Yep.
Right, and this is just an old picture, so it doesn't have a house on it?
Yes.
But they're selling this back part now that does have a little building on it?
yes.
Is that
He-
like a
he
normal
He built the
private
house,
way?
he's selling it, he's moving away, right?
He moved they already moved back to Kentucky.
Yeah,
So,
this one.
well, I'll just explain to you, because that butts up to my land.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be conflicting this anyways.
Yep.
He was gonna keep, there was a little, there's a shed there, 16 by 32 that he had bought. And he was gonna keep this little sliver that all you could do was park this building's parked on it. And they just decided, so, okay, if we paid you for the building, can we just buy the whole piece and all be in one? So they decided to sell it to him.
Okay,
But
so
none of
it's
this,
not actually a house.
there's no encroachment on your
And
land.
there's nothing on mine, chief.
Okay, good.
It's already been done, surveyed.
And nothing will come back and say, hey, that's my house or whatever.
It's not, it's a house or it's just a building?
Shed?
No.
Building?
It's a house.
There's a brand new house there, but
The house that he just built.
they decided to sell the little building that's just behind it, part of that. You see what I mean? They're just gonna keep, you couldn't even park the car in the backyard if they had kept that land. So instead of all that, they just decided, well, to be fair, I guess, like, are you gonna come back? Probably not. So, they
He
sold,
sold all
they
of
sold
his-
the other little chunk with
He
it.
has sold all of his interests there.
Yeah, there was only like another
Okay.
50 feet.
So you're selling the land and the house
Mhm.
altogether, so.
No, you already did
The council's already approved a mortgage for
That's
this.
Okay, yeah, no, okay, I'm good, then, yeah, I'm clear with that now. Yeah.
Is there a motion to approve this?
I'll motion, chief.
It's complicated.
I just wasn't,
It
I
is,
just wasn't sure, that's all.
I got a
Is-
conflict, chief.
Is there a seconder for the motion?
I'll second.
I did.
They were gonna keep it, and then they in turn turned around and said, no, we might as well just sell it all to them. Like if they didn't, they would have had like a 10-foot backyard.
Is there anyone opposed? Anyone opposed?
You got me as a conflict, chief?
I recorded the conflict.
Thank you.
No one's opposed, the motion is carried.
Two conflicts in a row, gee.
Too many.
Three, that's better by copy.
Number 11, the land transfer, for land transfer of 20F4 dash concession A, Canada Land Survey Record 111981 from Carmen Alwood Cerro to Christopher Montgomery, Miracle. Recommended for approval. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll motion, chief.
Chris Brandt, is there a seconder?
I'll second, chief.
Curtis?
That's not you, is it, Chris?
Is there anyone opposed?
Oh, it is you.
I'm
So,
trying to raise my hand here. Is it raised?
okay.
Is there
Yeah,
conflict of
for me.
interest? Anybody with
Yes,
conflict?
Chief.
You're declaring conflict, Chris?
Yes, Chief, conflict.
Okay, the motion is carried.
Not me.
Number 12. Land transfer for the industrial park. Attached to the MCR wording for the allotment of 211-2-11-1, lot 3-7 to Thomas Joseph Miracle. And this is for a lot in the industrial park, and when it's van land, we allot the land. When it's between van, it's a transfer. Is there a motion to approve?
So this has all been paid for now and we're just doing the MCR?
I believe it.
Correct. Okay, I'll motion.
Chief, I have a question.
Okay, just wait.
Yeah.
Wait, is there a seconder for the motion to see if there's a live motion?
I'm just reading it, it's just.
This is the lot that he bought years ago. We straightened it out and agreed to sell it to him for the original price. Is that correct, Angela?
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember. I'll second that, chief, I remember.
Okay, Chris, what's your question?
Well, that was my question, dude. Was that the lots that we approved a couple of years ago and he never was notified?
Yeah, it's the one that he kept coming to council about all the time asking when it was going to be dealt with. It just never got dealt with for some reason or other.
Is that pretty near like,
And it fell off of his radar as well.
And it fell off his radar as well. But so anyhow, it straightened that out.
And was it sold at the price that we approved at that time?
Yes, it was.
Okay, I'm good.
When he first inquired about it and made a ask to buy it, with whatever price was in effect at
Yeah,
that time, that's what we
8
charged.
years.
They charged him. That's in the
It was quite
motion,
a while.
correct, Shelley?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. And he's paid for it, Angela?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Anybody opposed to this motion? It's been moved by Aaron and seconded by Chris Brandt. Anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. Is there something that I have to sign here?
The MCR, right?
It's an MCR.
Yeah, there'll be the MCR. Okay. MCR. Wait, how did this happen? Back up here. Alan Pratt invoices. Need to be paid. And it's invoice 6346 in the amount of $8,621.90 for the Culberson tract. 6347, $1,698.50 for surrender 24. 6348, $1,413 for Trenton Penn loss of use. Motion to pay.
I'll motion.
I'll second, Chief.
I will follow up with Jordan Sewell to find out when that Hayes report is going to be finished. Is there anyone opposed to this motion?
No.
Seeing none, the motion is carried then. The Derek Long invoices. Number 867, $15,750 for economic development. Number 868, $52.50 for economic development. Is there a motion to pay?
I'll motion.
I'll second.
Is there anyone opposed?
I'm opposed, Chief. Thank you.
Chris Miracle opposed. That'll be a negative vote. Do you want to state the reasons?
I've said it before, Chief. There's no budget. There's no work plan. Typically, consultants provide your budget, the work plan.
Don't forget this is money that's coming out of the.
I know, I don't.
Just wait,
that's-
Angela.
Yeah.
What we're saying, Angela?
No,
Don't
I'm
forget.
just saying that, don't forget that the money on the one project is covered by the funding that we received.
So we have funding to do. Fed
I'm
Dev.
well aware of that, Chief, but I'm not big on blank checks.
But if we don't spend it, we have to send it back, right?
I know, Chief, but you said yourself the last council, typically there's a budget and a work plan. I think he's charging him about $50,000, $60,000 a month, this guy is. And I'll be surprised. There was an agreement saying that MBQ, our money's not paying, our money's paying. Anyways, it's irrelevant. There's no budget, no work plan.
Just to make sure that the council has the correct understanding, is there any MBQ money other than the Fed Dev involved in this? Angela?
For the economic development ventures, that would come from our funding, our regular funding.
From Fed Dev?
Some of it would be, no, some of it would be charged back to the golf course, so when you work on that way, it would be charged back to the golf course. The other project that I can't say specifically what it is.
The energy
It is
project.
We're live.
Can you make sure? I know, I was trying
Okay.
to follow this one.
Yeah, you can't say that.
Okay,
The one project that is being researched is, there's money that we received, I'm pretty sure it was from FedDev, plus from that proponent to
And there was-
help fund for the consultant and the legal fees.
and then
Over the
NRCan
next-
gave
That was in the.
money
that
to
was
the,
in
NRCan gave money to the consultant as
We
well.
had that
The what?
written in the contract.
NRCan, Natural Resources Canada. to the proponent to carry out
I think it was-
investigative work to see if this is
I think it
viable.
was FedDev, right? I don't know if it was Natural
There
Resources
was.
Canada or
There was 2
maybe it
million
was,
from
it was, yeah, but that's theirs, not
Yeah, it's not ours.
ours. That's the proponents.
And they agreed to reimburse the band the expenses under the agreement.
If we go above what they've set aside for us.
So there is a budget.
There's money that has been identified to pay for that. He's saying that
By
there should be a
them.
budget, but what I believe Derek had told you was December that he couldn't give you a final line because all the pieces aren't in place yet to know how much.
The work plan for the investigative work. So
That's
my
how I
understanding is
understood it.
any drilling that needs to be done will be completed by the end of April.
That's the proponent's work,
Yes.
not ours.
So this has to be researched to give council more information to make an informed decision. So that's really what's
Well,
happening here.
we recall it, Chief.
There's no commitment. It's under investigation and research at this point. in time.
Well, but and we have to understand that Chris is was a negative vote rate from the beginning with this anyway. So just
Yeah, might as well
that's
move on.
fine,
Okay.
and that's fine.
Okay, so there's one negative vote. Is there anyone else opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. JFK Law is 39796, $2,688 for the Elders Care Home.
I'll motion, Chief.
I'll second.
And Aaron, we decided that we would go a different day than Friday because there would likely be a lot of high volume traffic in Toronto with the school being out and stuff like that. So we decided to reschedule that.
Oh.
Friday
Oh, did you?
appointment.
Okay.
Yeah. Tom is not available to go. I'd like him to go.
And I had to back out too,
Then
Chief,
you backed out.
for
so-
Friday, for this Friday, so.
So they're going to
Okay,
send some
that's fine.
tickets.
What's that? Okay.
Okay, number 16.
Kind of a big deal that they, the two people that are involved in that. So if we choose to go next time, we should do it.
Mhm.
So we've got it, so we're going people to accommodate it,
Mhm.
so.
Okay, is there number 16 is comprehensive funding agreement, 2526. Amendment 92, $1,917,867 for healthy child development and capital projects. That's for the building next door. And amendment number 93, $44,577.47 for family violence prevention projects. Is there a motion to approve to sign these agreements?
I'll motion, Chief.
I'll second.
Chris and Linda,
Mhm.
That's
is there anyone opposed? Anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. Please sign.
Conflict.
just let me know.
Okay, the next item, number
Made
17.
you look.
Is the Hydro One connection for temporary power for the job site trailer. Is the approval and signature for Hydro One connection agreement for temporary power to the job site trailer at Flat Street in Desrona for the housing development there.
I'll motion that, Chief.
I'll second.
They need to have power back there
Start.
to start, to hook up everything. It's coming along good.
Mhm.
To go back and check.
I got back there and to take a look, yep, and it's looking very good back there.
Is there anyone opposed
12 new
to
homes.
hooking up the trailer so the houses can be built on Flat Street? And actually, there's been misinformation put out to the community at a recent social posting that the motion passed by council was for the tiny houses in Channel. It's not. It's for Flat Street in Desronto. Okay. Anyone opposed to this motion? Seeing none, the motion is carried. Number 18. See it Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporate Canada, Section 95, 2025, 26, expression of interest. This doesn't mean you're getting funding, it means that you'd like to get approval for funding. To approve and submit for construction the 4 units on Flat Street with a total preliminary project budget totaling $1,067,474 with the intent that the Housing and Van Property Trades team will construct these units. Is there a motion to approve this?
All motion.
I'll
Here.
second.
Okay, anybody opposed? To submit the expression of interest? Anyone opposed?
No.
Seeing none, the motion is carried. The letter from F&TI, which was brought in during the last council day at the last minute, is now on the agenda for approval. They want to apply to the Rita Hall Foundation for a grant for proposals. They are requesting a letter of support. The development of the delivery post-secondary program are a result of requests made by Indigenous people and communities throughout Ontario, and the Mohawks have personally experienced responsiveness of MTL community need. They're training PSWs and nurses, and a number of social services programs, a number of things that relate to jobs in the community. Mohawks are interested furthering our relationship with F&TI via the Bachelor of Education Indigenous Language Project, and is committed to participating in the process of F&TI developing this timely and relevant educational program. The Mohawks are fully aware of critical need for Indigenous language teachers to meet the needs of youth and community. We commend F&TI for developing, which will help us to ensure training and sustainability of Indigenous language teachers now and in the future. F&TI's program responds to critical educational needs and required to improve outcomes for Indigenous students. As a stakeholder of F&TI, we offer our full support of this application. Is there a motion to sign it? This was handed out at the last council.
Did you ever hear back from Callie or whoever answered the phone that day you called?
Yeah,
Because they were asking if this is.
If it's the same funding.
If they've been
Was it-
consulted.
Callie was in Hawaii, so I don't know if she's back yet.
This is the same value you find 2023, change the date, and change the year, 35.
Super.
So you're saying it doesn't conflict with it?
November or earlier?
Or
While we were in council or the other council?
After careful thought, both organizations are entitled to apply for this. It's up to the foundation, the grant program to decide which application is stronger. Yeah, they may not be applying either, so I don't know. They didn't ask for a letter of support, which they usually do.
Well, I don't mind, really. Like, I mean, if it's gonna, whoever it is, if it's gonna benefit the community, well, then we should support it.
I think so.
Whether
too.
it's FNTI or if it's.
And if the language program came and offered us a letter of support, we'd sign their letter too.
Absolutely. So anything, it all has to do with about helping the community. So
A motion, chief.
And I think it's about
I'll
certifying.
second that then.
Certifying language teachers. So that was Curtis and Chris Brandt. It's not numbered. Then we have these add-ons here. We have the Fed Dev agreement is just basically to carry over funds to the next year, is it? For the tourism program?
No, that one is the, this is the one that's, what am I thinking?
Purchasing equipment. The purchasing equipment.
Yes, the golf. Thank you.
What is it?
Thank you, Chris. It's for the 198,000 that has to go for the golf course that's going to us.
Okay.
This is the actual agreement, and we need this MCR that goes along with it
I see.
as part of the process.
And is this the one we needed by Friday?
Yes.
Okay, motion to approve.
Motion.
Chris Miracle, is there a seconder?
I'll second.
Chris Miracle and Linda Levine, the motion. Anybody opposed?
No.
The motion is carried. The generator funding agreement, this is for the police station.
Yes, this is the emergency generator for the police station. We got 50,000 from emergency management, I think it was, Ontario, or emergency management.
Yeah. I'll motion then.
Ah, computer's going crazy.
Is it? Might be that earlier. I had to shut
So you'll see on there that there was a shortfall, I think it was 39,000.
Yeah.
We're gonna obviously get a letter drafted for you to send to the OPP to have them cover the shortfall along with the deficit, and if not, then I know that you've raised it with IAC about generators for community buildings.
We did, yep. And they were one on the top priorities with that in the school, the emergency services, so.
I figured it doesn't hurt to ask for
Yep,
locations, so
no, that's
funding.
true.
Hopefully one of them will cover the
Yep.
shortfall,
I think they'll find money somewhere to do that because it's,
whether it's the OPP or IAC.
well,
yeah.
they won't, it won't do the one for the police station, I know that.
But we can certainly, I've already asked Cecil to draft up a letter. She's gonna do it about the shortfall for funding anyways, plus.
We should write to the Solicitor General for Canada for that, because that's something that they're responsible for.
Solicitor General, okay.
The
Is it cost
signatories
for
to the
all of them or
open
just
LP
for the
agreement.
police station?
The Ministry of, what is it, Community Safety or something for Ontario, and then the Solicitor General for Canada, Solicitor General for Canada. Okay, so the child care funding agreement, the LPC agreement.
So
Did
who
somebody
approved
motion that? Nobody?
I motion.
I'll second.
That's for the generator,
The generator, yes.
so that's Chris and Curtis.
I thought Linda had, but
Is there anyone opposed? We need a generator at the police station. The hydro was out for a long time. It's an essential service. Anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. The LFTC amended funding agreement.
So this is the agreement that actually, when Sam had wrote you, said that there was additional funding for renovations.
Yes.
For 107,451. This is the actual agreement that it didn't get brought forward for you guys to approve and sign, so I brought it forward.
Motion to approve to accept the money.
I'll motion.
I'll second.
Do we have a plan for what renovations will be done?
I
What's
wrote
needed?
on the agenda sheet
think
what the repairs are.
Okay, very good.
Do you want to know? Do you want to
Yeah.
read it to you? It says replacement of inefficient windows, replacement of ceiling tiles, grading and grass for yard area along fence, and planting of new trees.
That's 107,451. Okay. That's Aaron and Linda. So I've signed this agreement then? When does this work have to be completed by?
It's also on the agenda sheet that it's for this fiscal, but Sam said in an email back that it's to be spent by March 31st, 2026. So it'll be
Okay.
carried over to next fiscal.
So then who is responsible for overseeing that this work gets done? Is that Tom?
Well, the daycare is the one that obviously is working, but yes, so we'll be working with Tom.
Thank you. Then the replacement of our vehicles are getting quite old. I'd like to thank Curtis for looking into and investigating replacement of them. Thank you for that work, Curtis.
You're welcome.
And so anyway, the administration has three 2017 GMC Terrains, 8 years old, should be replaced as more items need to be repaired and has left people stranded when it's broken down. Councillor Brandt has gathered the attached quotes and supports the best deal as the 2024 GMC trains from Taylor Auto Mall with applicable discounts including totaling $134,500. I confirm there is funds left within the Gen Gov budget to cover this expenses. So motion to buy, is it 4 vehicles or 3?
3.
Three.
Okay, is there a motion? We'll move.
I'll move.
Ms. Miracle? Is there a seconder?
I was just gonna say, I think, Curtis brought forward that there was an extended warranty offered for about $2,500 per vehicle to extend it to 7 years. I think
Each
it would be
one.
worth it to take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good deal.
Is that a bumper to bumper?
It's bumper to
Yes,
bumper,
bumper
but it's, I give her the.
Absolutely.
I'll second that motion then after Chris.
Do they provide you like roadside assistance with that?
They do.
They do.
Well, you said if there's an issue with the tires, that they do.
We have also on that package that they give us a tire and rim. If you get a nail, they'll give you a brand new tire. If you wreck a rim, they'll give you a brand new rim.
So
You'll never be without.
Is it gonna be a
The only
second,
thing-
is
the
there
only
gonna be a
thing-
second motion for that, or are you good with that extended warranty, Chris?
I'm okay, whatever you guys.
So I'll put
I'm
plus
okay.
extended warranty.
Yes,
Sure.
yes, we'll do that.
Yeah, I think it's reasonable for over the 3 years, or sorry, the 7
7
years,
Yeah.
for $2,500, so.
Because you
Big
got big,
time.
And we kept these vehicles, the current vehicles, for 8 years, so really, we'll get our money's worth.
It's $2,500 per vehicle, right?
Yes. So we'll just add $7,500.
so it's a total of coming out, they're 47,000 a piece, chief.
Good.
And that is a good deal, top of the line.
So it's been moved and seconded, Chris Miracle and Chris Brandt. Is anyone opposed? Motion's carried.
I want a minivan.
Huh?
I want a minivan.
I can find you one.
Okay, motion to go in camera.
You do. A motion, chief.
I'll second.
Curtis and Aaron. Is there anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried.
Goodbye, chief.
Hmm?
You say
What?
goodbye to everybody?
You're going off
No,
camera.
okay, to any community members who may be listening, if you called in, and again, I apologize that it didn't get posted as our communications officer is at the little NHL covering those events for the community. Thank you very much, and have a good evening, everyone. We'll sign off.